Hey everybody, so we're not out for a stealth camp today. I'll talk about that in a bit, why that's not happening. First off, I want to thank everybody that's just come and found the channel, subscribed to my channel, leaving comments on the videos. Thank you very much, it's very much appreciated. I'm glad there's a few more people coming on the adventure now. I think the last time I looked, I've now got over 311 subscribers. So, channel's doing well. The last video did quite well. Actually, the one where I was talking about the scumbags at the campsite. We'll talk about that in a bit too. So I'll bring you back when we're further along on the track. Right guys, so we're heading for in between there where those trees, that hill comes down that side there. There is where Lineker is, and that's where we're heading to today. Absolutely chucking it down now. It's awesome though. It's great being out in it. You know, I'm not a fine weather camper or hiker. I have to get out in it when I can. The reason I didn't go out when the floods were on is because it would have been pretty stupid really, just to get a bit of content. Oh yeah, look, I'm camping in floods. You've got to think about emergency services, and if I get into distress and stuff like that. You know, I'm taking emergency services away from people that might need it in a flood, whereas I could have just stayed at home. And you know, it wasn't a necessary journey, was it? Like some people coming back from work and they get stuck in their cars because the roads are flooding, and there's me just going out in it just to put some content on YouTube. It's not really justifiable, really, is it? I've taken this path down the side of here because I was hoping that somewhere down here there'd be somewhere I could do there'd be an ideal pitch for a stealth camp, and there really isn't anywhere. It's just the main path and it's just hilly. There's like this hill at the side of the path going all the way along it, and it's like there's nowhere to go back into the woods to go and do a stealth camp. So I think this particular area is going to be a bit of a no-go. We'll carry on down here and see what we can see, and see if we can find some other spots, eh? So let's talk about why there hasn't been many videos lately. I think it's been a month now since I've done my last video. Well, I was working non-stop for over a month. I was just doing loads of shifts, and I just didn't have any spare time at all. I think I explained this before, to come out and actually do any camping. I was getting the odd day off here and there, and it wasn't enough time to plan a trip and go out and do a camp, so I just decided to leave it. Then I had 2 weeks off. And by the time the 2 weeks come round, I was making all these grand plans about going out to do some stealth camping. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you, I just couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to spend some time with the family, And after all the shifts I'd done, I just wanted to just chill out and just relax, and just relax for a bit. And then at the end, I got another 2 days off, and then we had Storm Babette come along. And this area at the minute has got lots of flood warnings. That's why I've not been out, really. That's why I'm checking out today. It's to see if the areas are flooded that I want to go to, and check out some stealth camping sites, if there is any. That's the main reason of coming out today. And plus the fact I got a bit of cabin fever. I haven't been out in ages. And I didn't care. It's absolutely chucking it down, but I don't care. I don't care. I just want to get out and do some hiking, do some walking, make some content for you guys. And, you know, hopefully you'll come along for the adventure again. So this is why it really floods around here. The water's absolutely just bubbling out of the ground. And why that is because the whole of Chesterfield is built on very clay soil. And once it gets to a saturation point, the ground, the water starts coming back up, and that's when you get floods. That's why this whole area just floods really easy. So I'm actually looking down here. It's not too bad actually, in this area around here. Because even though it's wide open, and this is actually the bottom of the dam, the reservoir, sorry, even though it's absolutely wide open and you can quite easily be seen if people walking along that path up there, at night, if I was down here and I was using light discipline, I wouldn't be seen. If I put the little tent up around about here, then put some camo netting over the top of it, it'd just look like a bush if I did it close to the tree line. So this is a pretty good spot. It's not many people when they're walking across there are going to be looking down here, because it's going to be pitch black down here. So yeah, this could be a good spot. That down there might actually be a really good spot as well. Right down there towards those trees down the bottom. It's all mowed grass, so yeah, find some pretty good spots. So you're probably wondering why I don't do urban stealth camps, like, you know, in the towns where people go stealth camping behind bins, and they go in parks, and they do police stations and that sort of thing. Gotta admit, guys, it's not really my thing. Squirrel, little squirrel, there he goes. It's not really my thing. Roundabout camping, that sort of thing. If it's unique and I can get to it and it's safe to do it, then yeah, I'd probably do it. But the main thing that concerns me is Chesterfield has a massive homeless problem, and anywhere where we would like say, oh yeah, that's a great place to go and do a stealth camp, well, the homeless people, that's great for them as well, because it's usually out of the way, they can't be seen, and yeah, it's not somewhere I want to be. I've checked a few of the places out in the local area where I could do a stealth camp, and every time I've gone to them, there's been evidence of homeless people being there. There's been lots of cans and bottles, and in some of them there's been needles. And if you go and watch my video on this channel where I did the stealth camp underneath the M1 motorway, I had to abandon that in the middle of the night because some homeless people turned up to a hut that was just up from me, from under the bridge, and they started chucking bottles down into the tunnel where I was. They didn't know I was there, but they were nearly hitting me, so I just packed up and I just went home. And I think at that point I just decided that it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it, especially around here. I'm looking to go and do some longer camps. I want to do multi-day camps really, probably next year. I'm definitely going to be doing some winter camping this year. Up at that, it's going to be on the site where I have to pay. Go and test out some of my tents out in the snow, hopefully, because you do get lots of snow up on that campsite. As you all know, about I think it was 2 months ago now, I did a video where I went up to some woods up near Matlock and found out it was, let's just say, there were less than desirable people up there with me. And I was, the last video I did, I was actually thinking about going back up there and doing a stealth camp to complete it, and to show these people that, you know, we're not going to be scared away. But after careful consideration, I put the decision to you guys as well. I asked you what I should do, and after careful consideration, weighing up the pros and cons about doing it, I decided not to go back. I just came to the conclusion, like, what's the point? What is the point in doing it? What will it achieve? And will it make it any different if I go back up there? And the answer to those questions is no. No, it won't. I can go back up there, do a stealth camp, maybe have an altercation with these people. At the end of the day, will that change things that's happening up there? Probably not. So what I did do, I took people's advice. I wrote to my local MP, and I wrote to the town council as well, even the parish council of that area, and just aired my concerns about what was going on there, and made a few suggestions, constructive suggestions about what they could do, like maybe putting up CCTV, having a semi-permanent security officer up there just doing a patrol of the car park every now and again. They were just a few suggestions, constructive suggestions that I made, and I think at the end of the day that's maybe the best thing I can do. A few people offered to go up with me. They wanted to do like a group camp. I'm still up for that, by the way. If anybody lives around me, I'm in the Derbyshire area, I live in Chesterfield, so if anybody wants to come out and do a stealth camp or just do a camp in general with me, I'm open to that. Get a few of us, maybe have a little community camp somewhere. Yeah, I'm always up for that. So this is the issue we've got. At one time there wasn't all these brambles, and it's just become so overgrown with brambles now. There's nowhere to pitch a tent in the woods. At one time all this pine forest was clear of it. You could like pitch, you could get hammocks between it, you could like get tents between it. But over the last few years it's just become so overgrown with that stuff. It's just a nightmare, and it's just not worth the risk, because if you try and walk through that at night, if you decide to go and pitch a tent in the middle somewhere where there is a clear gap, then there's no way you can get out till morning, because you would literally fall over and you'd probably kill yourself in the night trying to get out. I mean, I suppose at night down that plateau down there, if I took myself away out in the bushes down there, that could be a little spot to do a bit of a stealth camp. It's wide open, but like I said, if you go at night, which is what's going to happen soon, it's going to be dark, tea time, come up here at tea time and just get down in there. It's an option anyway, isn't it? It's an option. Right everybody, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching to the end, and I shall see you in the next adventure. This is Dark Night Camping, signing off.